Okay, hello. I'll be taking you through Microsoft PowerPoint tutorial. Basically, these are objectives. At the end of the lesson, you'll be expected to know how to insert a slide, apply slide layout and design, set up a slide or a show, then slide transitions, slide animations, sorry, insert slide number, that is headers and footers, and at the end we shall be in a position to look how to come up with a custom show. After you launch Microsoft PowerPoint, this is a page you expect to see, but you need to create your own presentation. Therefore, how do you begin? First of all, you have to know how many slides you want. Like I may need to create a 10 slide show. Therefore, when you are at home, you can just go to new slide and just click new slide. Those are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Therefore, at the status bar, that is in the left bottom corner, you can see I have 10 out of 10. Then the next thing to do, you may opt to have designs, that is every slide to have the same design. Therefore, you go to design and you can just scroll down here and try to see the themes that you may apply. If you are not contented with these themes, then you can just opt to customize. That is by making sure that every slide has its own color. Therefore, I have decided to choose that one, that is the strip theme. Then after doing so, from our objectives, we have now inserted a slide, and we have also applied the design or color. Therefore, let's see how do you insert the slide layout. That is, if I need a chart, if I need a photo, if I need an image, those are the kind of layouts you are talking about. Therefore, what you do, you just go to storyboarding, then you can find the layout. You'll be in a position to see the layouts that are available. Like for instance, we have title slide, this one. We can choose title and content, or you can choose two content, any of these, or you can just use blank. Let me go with the blank. Then once we have the blank, that is the blank layout, this one, you can be in a position now to add your content, and that is now takes us to the to our next objective, that is to set up a show. If I'll be taking you through how to set up a show. Like for instance, I want us to have a lesson on computer studies. If I can just go and pick my title here, copy, then we just go to PowerPoint, and then I go to insert shapes. I take a text box and then draw my text box. Now once I draw my text box, I can be in a position now to have my I customize my heading, that is introduction to computers. Then I just go back and get another text box. Then I just draw the text box and get more information, definition. I need to have explanation, definition of what a computer is. Before I just paste it there, we paste it to that edge. Then when we go to the next slide, I may opt to insert a photo. Right now, I want to insert a photo of a computer. Therefore, can Siri just go and set this slide layout to blank that way. Then just go to insert. Then I want to insert a picture of a computer. Therefore, I may just decide to go direct to the pictures and browse, or you can even copy paste from another app. Like now, I can just copy this one, then take it to my PowerPoint. Therefore, this one will be the physical parts of a computer. I can just go to insert shapes. This is the physical parts of a computer. Then after having this, can increase the font size a bit. It is the physical parts of a computer. Then we can just go to the next slide. If, for instance, you need to insert a chart, just click on the chart icon. Then you choose the chart you want. Like I may need 3D pie chart. Let me work with that one. Then probably can just call it a pie chart. 3D pie chart. That is in case you want this slide to have a chart. Then you may also opt to have a clip, a video clip. You can just click on this one. In case you need to insert a table in this clip, you can just click that is a 3x2 table. Then can remove this one. Then probably can have admission number, class, and the name. That is our table. Therefore, we have our table there. This is our table in slide number 4. In slide number 4. Then you may also opt to have some notes describing whatever is on top of this slide. Like for example, you can just type some notes here. This is just for the purpose of slide identification. This is introduction to computers. Then slide number 2, these are the parts of the computer. Then this one is pie chart. Then you can just go and see this is a table. That way. Then we may delete some of the slides. Just hold the Control key and then press delete on the keyboard. Let's finish at slide number 5. Now in slide number 5, we may just make it blank. Just slide layout, then you can just have it blank. Then we can add our notes. Just draw the text box. Then you can just go. You can just copy. You can just copy our revision questions. You copy that one. Then you paste it here as our revision. That is our revision questions. Therefore, I have a 5-slide presentation. This is revision questions. I have a 5-slide presentation. Now, in case I needed to reorder these slides, you need to go to View. Then we have the slide sorter. These ones. Therefore, this one can enable you to see thumbnails of your slides, how your slides are, and probably you can be in a position to edit. Then you can also go to note page to see the pages. This is the page for the slides, the one that you want, or the current slide. Then you just turn to normal view. After now setting up the slide this way, you need to know how to run the slide. That is slideshow. Therefore, when you are at this point, you can just press F5 on the keyboard. F5. Once you press F5, you'll be in a position to see your slideshow. Now you are only required to go to next, pressing either the right arrow key or just clicking on the normal mouse button. You cannot be in a position to present until the end of the show. Therefore, our next objective will be adding animations and also slide transition. Basically, when we talk about slide transition, we are at this. When we talk about slide transitions, this is how, when slides are presented, there is the way they get to stage. Like you can see one flying and getting away, one fading and getting away. Therefore, this is how slides will get into the show, how they will exchange with each others. Contrary to animations, when I talk about animations, this is now adding the liveliness. This is making the slides live. And I want us now to see the difference between now the two. Therefore, having our slide ready, we can now first of all assign a transition. Therefore, if I click on this, you'll be in a position to see how that slide will exit in the show. Therefore, after now having this one, how will this one now exit? That one will exit in that manner. Then we have more slides. Yeah, that one will exit in that manner. Then we go to the other one. You can just choose any other effect. That one will now get into stage or exit the stage in that manner. Then you can just save our presentation. You can call it computer lesson 1. Then we also need to have something we call now the animation. When we talk about animation, we just go to this tab. You may set animation individually, and that is the best. We call it custom animation. For instance, if you look at these parts, they are different. Therefore, I may need to have this part get into stage by flying in. Then this part should float that way. Then you can just go to this part and assign an animation that I need. You can just look at this. Also, when you look at this part, you may get that there are several instances that you can set. Like I can set entrance, how the object will get into stage. Once it is on stage, what happens and how will it exit the stage. Therefore, for instance, I need this one to bounce when getting to the stage. Then once it reaches the stage, what will happen after it reaches the stage? Let's see what happens to that one. It will behave like that. Then how will it exit the stage? it will exit the stage in that manner. Therefore, for instance, if I run this one, if I preview, you see that whatever will happen. Then we can just go to this one. We have applied one. Then we can just try to see how that one works. Then you can just go to this one and add a bit of animation. Then we can try to see what happens. You can also, instead of using those ones, you may opt to draw a motion path. Like now, I need this one to behave, to draw a heart. So when you preview, see that one, that is the motion path. Instead of probably assigning these ones, you may just assign a motion path, so that when you preview, you'll be in a position to see what will happen to that thing. Then you can just go to this one. Then you can go to these questions of ours and choose what happens to them. Now you're in a position to see how many animation styles you have applied, indicated by the numbers. Yeah, good. Then after now having that one, you can just try to see what we have. Our slide is now animated. Physical parts of a computer exits, brings these ones. That one exits. Very good. Therefore, so far you have seen that you can assign slide transition. That is how it gets or exits. That is how the slide behaves when exiting and welcoming the other one. Then animation is now how we make it live. Then the next objective is to insert a slide number, headers and footers. You can also include the dates. When you're inserting this, because they are all found in the same dialog box. Therefore, if you look at our slides, that is, there is no header, there is no footer, and there is no slide number. Therefore, just go to insert, then you go to slide number. You will see this dialog box having apply or. Therefore, you just click on insert slide number. In case you need date and time, you can include. You can also include the footer if you are interested in including the footer. Then you can just click on apply all. Therefore, you can see this is slide number 1. If I zoom this one, you notice that this is slide number 1. And we have inserted the date at this. That is in this part here. Then still on when we are assigning the transitions here, you can include timings, like after you set this presentation to go, that is to move automatically, at which intervals shall it fall. Therefore, move to the next slide after that is after certain number of seconds. Therefore, you can just click that on that you need it to move after like 8 seconds. It moves to the next slide. That is on when you set it automatically. Then you can also assign some sound related to your slide. Like now, we can use cash register. You can just assign that one. Then when assigning the sound, you can include this one, loop until the next. That one means it will continue until the next slide comes in. For can assign that one. Then we remember to continuously save your work. There is also very important concept of timing. Like I may need to know this slides, this presentation of mine containing it contains 5 slides. I needed to know how long can this presentation go. Therefore, you need to do something called rehearsal timings. Therefore, you can just go and click on rehearse timings. Therefore, this one will show you how long or approximately how many minutes your slide can run. Therefore, you just click on rehearsal timings. You continuously press the next button. Therefore, you see the total time for the slide was roughly 12 seconds. Do you want to keep the new slide timings to use when you view the slide? Therefore, I may just opt to say no. Therefore, you can approximate or you can try to set how long your slide will go by use of this feature. Therefore, start a full screen slideshow in which you can rehearse your presentation. The amount of time you spend on each slide is recorded, and you can save those timings to run the show automatically in future. Therefore, that is the importance of this feature. Then you may opt to hide a slide when presentation, like slide number 3. I want it hidden. You see there is a cancellation icon. Therefore, you can just cancel or hide a slide, but you can also do it from the slide sorter view here. Now, when you have it here, you can also hide from this point, but the best way to hide is when you are actually in the normal view. You just click on the slide you want to hide. Then the next thing you need to know, you may opt to show several slides and hide the others. That one you can just come up with a custom show. Therefore, you can just go to click custom, then you go to custom show, then you click on new. Then once you click on new, you can name your custom show. Then I need to only have slide 4 and slide 5 that way. Therefore, after doing so, you see now I have slide number 4 and slide number 5, and everything else is done. Therefore, that's how you can come up with a custom show. In case you have a 100, let's assume you have a 50 pages presentation, but I only want slide number 25 to slide number 50. Then you can just create a custom show the way I have demonstrated. You just come up with just a small slide or a short slide, depending on whatever you want. Then you can also you wish to run your slide from, that is, I wish to run only the current slide. I don't want to run everything. When you are testing, this feature is very important. Then we also have a very good feature that is setting up the show. After you are done with the presentation, you may opt to set up your show in that when it is start looping, when it is start running, it will not actually stop. It will run from slide number 1 to slide number 5, then repeats. Now what you need to do is only to tick this part here, loop continuously until escape. Your presentation will run until you press escape. That is in case you need to have it continuously running in the screen. And also remember to tick this one. Remember to tick presented by a speaker full screen, so that at least you can be in a position to see a full screen presentation. Then you may also opt to insert an audio or a video file. Therefore you can just click on this like audio, then you can browse to where your audio or video is. Then it can be inserted or it will be added in the that is in your slide. Then if you look at the other features, they are very similar to other Microsoft packages, like headers and footers. That's something like that is the Word art and other formatting features that are available there. Then the next thing you need to know is should be our last objective. Our last objective here should we can just call it pack and go. Now when you talk about pack and go here, how do you want to save? How do you want to save your presentation, or how do you want to carry your presentation? That's what probably I may mean or refer to pack and go. For instance, I may need to save my presentation so that I can convert it to various ways. Like for instance, I need to have my presentation sent via mobile phone, or to be played by a DVD player. Therefore, basically, I will just go to Windows to convert it as to like a video, Windows Media Video. Then I just click on, I need it saved on desktop. Then I click on save. Therefore, if you look at the status bar, that is the bottom, almost bottom right corner, you can see creating video. Now my presentation is being converted from just a document to a video. I can see that my video will be .wmv, but since many devices may not play that one, you can convert it later to MP4 or other versions that will be played in your various devices. But for now, we shall just create .wmv, and then we shall be in a position to see how it looks like. Then somebody else may opt to save this presentation in other formats. Like you just choose to see. The best method of saving is PowerPoint 97 to 2003 presentation, because it will actually be read or compatible with almost every version of Microsoft. That is Microsoft Office. Then we can just go to desktop and see, look at our presentation. You can now see that our presentation is in video format. It is now in video format. Now this one can now be sent to various people and watch it using their gadgets like a mobile phone or tablet, or any other gadget that may be in a position to read a video format. Therefore, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe on my channel so that you can be in a position to get more and more videos as I come up with. In case of any question or clarification or comment, just feel free to